When my wife Rosemary Rossetti and I decided to build our dream home, we had a very set criteria of what we hoped to achieve. First of all, it needed to be accessible with wider doorways, no step entrances, and items and cabinets within reach. Second of all, we wanted it to be green so as to minimize our environmental impact. More importantly, we also wanted to be healthful so we have a lifetime of enjoyable living experience. But most importantly, we wanted to include superior walls, the foundation of a great home. The result, the Universal Design Living Laboratory, a national demonstration home featuring universal design, green building constructions and methodologies, healthy home practices, as well as feng shui and accessible gardens. We're in 5 certification programs, both on universal design as well as green. First of all, the design phase. Our sales consultant was very adept in educating us as to the particular features and benefits of the superior wall system. He even encouraged us to visit a couple of sites during the installation phase to see for ourselves what it would be like on our home. He also spent a lot of time discussing the drawings and reviewing them with the architect. But most importantly, at the final sign-off phase for construction of those panels, he spent a couple of hours reviewing every dimension that was from the architectural takeoffs with the shop drawings provided from Superior Walls. In fact, and I didn't know this, Superior Walls does not allow the walls to be built unless all the walls come together. So that ensures a perfect fit every time. The next step involved fabrication of the product, which was done in their factory. What this ensured was consistency of results and the ability to use their own special premix, a 5,000 pound per square inch custom blend of concrete, which allows them to produce walls that are only 1.75 inches thick. And also because the high compressive strength of this concrete, you do not need waterproofing compound on the outside of the walls unless you have a special circumstance. 2, having it done in a fabrication factory such as Superior Walls allows us to achieve additional green points for our certification programs. Soon the day arrived when it was time to install our Superior Walls. Even the horses across the street at the farm were excited. The panels kept arriving on a number of semi-trucks, and with an 80-ton crane, Superior Walls then proceeded with their own team of specialists to install the panels. Each panel was carefully lifted off the flatbed truck, lowered down in the hole, and placed in its final location. The side walls had an adhesive sealant placed on them for water tightness, and the tops and bottoms of each panel were bolted together. Each succeeding panel was lowered into position with the same care as was done the previous one. The bolting, the adhesive sealant, the adjustment, until after, amazingly, in a day and a half, we had a completed foundation system in place, ready for joist and subdecking shortly thereafter. Here are some of the unique features which sold us on the advantage of the Superior Wall. They'll place windows and doorway openings wherever we desire. Those are surrounded by pressure-treated lumber in the factory, so we don't have to do any adjustment. They're ready for nailing of the windows. Second of all, the walls themselves are a 5,000 pound per square inch special concrete, which allows the walls behind the blue board to only have a thickness of 1.75 inches. This makes for easy drilling for holes, to bolt on connections to the outside, as well as stubbing through electric to the outside. Third of all, there is rebar placed in the thick top header and bottom footer, as well as the individual concrete studs. You'll notice that the concrete studs have a special galvanized steel in place. There's a small amount of foam behind each one, which you can't see, but that allows me the direct application of drywall. That eliminates the labor and time and material involved to set up our own furring strips. You can also see that we're able to place beam pockets wherever we want. Those are specially integrated as well as supported by additional concrete studs. Superior Walls also installs utility holes at predetermined heights through each of the concrete stud. This allows us infinite possibility in terms of placing electrical cable, communication cable, and plumbing conduit. Finally, you'll see the insulation value that is placed in between the walls. This is a blue board that's glued on at the factory, so there's no need for additional insulation. Living with our Superior walls has been a worry-free experience. Freedom from worry of leakage, freedom from worry of settling, knowing that we're going to have a consistently product that allows us to finish the basement a lot faster than we would be able to with competing alternatives. We've had a lot of tours of our project, the Universal Design Living Laboratory, and we often get asked the question, are there things that you would do different if you had to do it again? Sure, I think any builder would say that there's always a few items they would change, but certainly one that I would never change would be my use of Superior walls. And that's why I'm a lifelong Superior wall customer.